Mike Will. That girl is a real crowd, please. Small world, all her friends know of me.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy BT Astro here, and today I'm talking about something that's serious, but I'm not going to be taking it that seriously, even though my voice sounds unamused. But I'm like not amused by anything right now. Like, where's my knife? I'm turning hardcore emo. Let's start this story off before I start cutting myself. Well, this story started off about 3 years ago. And this is when I was coughing like a lot, like every second. Cough, 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 cough. And so I went to the doctor's, some neck person that's like, oh yeah, your tonsil is bigger than the other, but I'm not gonna pay attention to that because it's like slightly bigger than the other. And that's how it all started off, and no one cared about it for another 2 years. So, in about the beginning of 8th grade this year, I wanted to sign up for cross country, and they're like, you can't sign up without a physical. And I'm like, okay. So I go to get my physical at, like, my primary doctor, if I want to get specific. And he's like, say ah. And I'm like, okay. Ah. And he's like, your tonsil is drastically bigger than the other. I think you're gonna need to go to a throat guy. And I'm like, ugh, I have to go to more places after this. Ugh. So, like, midway into cross country season, I go to that, like, doctor he told me to go to, and I went there, and she was like, say ah, and once again, I was just like, and they stuck one of those, like, stick things, and, like, the awkward part, they had to, like, touch my tonsil, which made me, like, cry, because, like, I tried not to gag, and, like, I guess you cry when you don't want to gag, just, and I'm like, ugh, but, and they were like, this tonsil is, like, really big, and I'm like, yeah, that's mine. And so, like, her and my mom started talking about, like, oh, he might be able to get his tonsils taken out. It would be the best. And in my head, I'm like, no, 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 no. Please, no, I don't want the tonsils taken out. And then my mom was like, and maybe after cross country season and a little beginning of a different sport, so he doesn't have to miss anything. And I'm like, so I have to do it soon. And I was scared because, like, wouldn't you be scared to go into surgery for, like, a tonsil to take something out of your body? They're like cutting a piece of skin out of you. Yeah, so I got scheduled to go to get my tonsils taken out then, and I was scared. So the day before the surgery was pretty tough. I couldn't eat, which was pretty bad because I was starving. And the reason I couldn't eat was because if I ate when I got knocked out, I probably would have puked. And that wouldn't be good when they're just, like, taking me out. So I'm just sitting in the hospital bed, like, waiting for them to, like, roll me out into the operating room. And I'm like, they're like, oh, we're just gonna put you to sleep. And I'm like, so they put this thing on my mouth and, like, roll me to the operating room. And I'm like, am I supposed to still be awake? Like, I'm kind of scared. And so, like, I'm halfway, I'm, like, in the operating room, and, like, about to, like, they're, like, practicing their little tools, I hear, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I'm supposed to be asleep. And then they're like, oh yeah. And then I'm like, oh, okay, now I'm asleep. I'm like, and then I just wake up all of a sudden, just, oh yeah, my mouth is fine. And because it was all numbed and it hurt for the rest of the week. But to every good story, there's always a bad part. And the bad part here was right after I got my surgery and we were home. I think it was the next day. My parents got a call saying there was cancer in my tonsil that was in my mouth, but they were like happy that it's gone, but they weren't sure it was gone at the time, so they were like anxious, like telling everybody like, don't tell Austin. So it was like, are they throwing a surprise party for me? I didn't think that, but that's like how it felt, because I knew they were talking about something. Like, my dad was taking a picture of me, like out of the blue, like, Austin, let me take a picture of you. Okay, Dad. And I'm like, oh, okay. Good night, Dad. Good night, Austin. And then we went yesterday. No, the day before yesterday. We went to this hospital, and I must be stupid because I didn't notice on the thing it said cancer center. I didn't notice that, so I like walk in, like thinking like, yeah, they're just gonna talk to me about my tonsils and stuff. But no, I walk in and they're like hardcore, like, have you ever had experiences with cancer? And I'm like, no. And they're like, because your cancer you have is really rare. There's only been 30 cases in 10 years. I'm like, of course, I'm that 1%. And it was so funny. And then they're like, they said a really long name, which I'm looking at my mom's text right now. They said marginal lymphoma cancer. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, not worried, cause like, I'm not worried, cause like, I know, like, my tonsil's out, I probably don't have it anymore. The only thing I was scared about is like I might have to have blood work in me. I'm scared of needles. And I didn't, luckily, but my parents were like freaking out because they're like, you could still have cancer in you. And I'm like, no, Mom, I'm fine. But like, they were all worried, and now they're all happy, and they're like, finally I can beat this kid up again. He's not gonna have a good Christmas anymore. Well, that's gonna be it for today, guys. Remember to like and subscribe and enjoy my 6th song that I sang on the ride home. Peace out. This Christmas I gave you cookie. The very next day you ate that cookie. This year, to save you from tears, I'll give you an extra cookie.